22 for my sub gift.
Oops. There we go. Look, I'll replay that. Probably make this shine directly into my face, shouldn't I? Hello there.
Thanks to @kilo_122 for my sub gift.
Whisks. Hello, negativity. Thank you for the continuing the sub that you were given. How are you? Hello. Oh god, it's been a while since we played. It's actually been like so long, like all the VODs have expired, so I had to look through highlights to find out that this was week 46 or whatever. How are you? We have like a trillion updates to start working through. Wasn't this the button you pressed to get into the map? Oh, you hold this down. Oh my god, everything's got red marks on it. You alright? That's good to hear. Yo, Bapper is playing. Oh yeah, there's new husbandos. I care for none of these husbandos, though. I suppose I can save my waifu gems. You're on holiday, but you have a whole topic to do on computer science because there's no time in college. What are you writing? What's your task? This has been the first time in a long time where I've just given no shits about what waifus have been on the roll. Yellow, hardware and I/O devices. What sort of thing are you having to write? Hi, Chew Boy. Chris dancing.
What's tea?
What tea? Treat me. Treat me to that tea. Any tea, Christopher. How about a nice tea?
I'll give you a horrid tea.
A horrid tea? Yo, I got free Primo gems for logging in. From the page he has sent. Hey, Lich. Yeah, I'm in the mood. I'm very tired lately, so I've been thinking maybe I'll play a nice cozy game. Nice cozy game? I need to log in every day on my phone for 5 days in a row, huh? Man, these rewards are getting better than they used to be. Didn't it used to be like you get 10 Primogems after you wait like 5 weeks? You get like a lot of stuff now. Hot down. You're reading up on barcodes, printers, digital cameras, and RFID. Cool. Cool. I managed to put together some QR code scanners today at work for both apps. Thanks to the power of third-party libraries, it took me like a few hours to do everything. Everything's so just done for you now.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town.
Ready-made solutions. Let's go. Hey, Kadrian. Thank you for the 2 months. Sorry, the 2 months. Thanks for the tier 2. Horse. Oh, and thank you, Monas, as well, for the 26 months. And it's the 44 months Kadrian for the tier 2 and the 26 months... Sorry, the 20 months negativity and the 26...
Waifu.
Cake is your waifu? Secondary storage devices, but that should be better. What do you mean? Thank you. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Well, I'm sure you'll ace this negativity. That's all basic stuff that I'm sure you probably know most of anyway. And if you'll read up on it, you'll be like, oh yeah. Barcodes can only store like 20 characters worth of content. That's crazy. But QR codes, hot damn. Those things have like a 50% or 25% whatever, like redundancy. That's insane. Okay. Anyway, I have all these other marks I need to press a number on a keyboard key. Don't know how I got this. Is it just to tell me that there's a double bonus on this? Or these are new? I don't understand. Okay. Hello, Anonymous. You watched my procedural golf video. Can I reference you in the procedural golf dissertation? If so, what name should you use? What, really? Are you doing your own dissertation? Or is that a ha-ha-hoo-hoo? Tell me all. Tell me all. I forgot about that, dude. Hello, Christopher. Yo, is this tea? Oh, thank you, Christopher. Pop him right here, man. If that doesn't work, try Morgan. Do not dip my momoji in tea. Thank you, Christopher. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's also procedural golf generation. Did you find my video and this stream from like researching for your dissertation? Or did you find, or did you already, we already knew about me? Yeah, God, that's insane. What are the odds? That's insane. Actually, what are the odds? Amazing, a great choice in dissertation. If you want to reference me, I think you can just use my YouTube name, right? I don't see why not. I'd rather not give you my full name. My actual dissertation isn't public. Although I could make it public. It was a lot of work. Ask me on Discord and I'll think harder about it. Hello, Chris. Yeah, does this count as a citation? Can I put this? Yeah, oh, you have to publish it. Damn. All right. It's less polished but can handle tunnels. Yo, tunnels. Alrighty then. God, that's really cool. What are the odds? That or you're trying to like steal my like personal data to log into my account. But let's assume that it's the first thing. Be a great way to socially manipulate me into taking all my data there. Alright, well that's cool. Can you send me information on it as well? I want to see what you've done. What are the odds, man? Alright. Tunnels. Alright. That's taking me for a loop, I'll be honest. Okay. You wish you were stealing personal data instead of writing the rest of this. Oh, you'll get through it. I think I spent like 5 or 6 months on it in the end, but I spent most of my time in Unreal Engine. Writing the actual thing was only like a month or 2. Willen's password is his real name. I mean, you have an advisor, right? You could ask them about it. If you say, oh yeah, I'm referencing this. I wonder if maybe I can give you some data or something. Did I not release much information on it? I might be able to send you some source code or something. I don't know. I wrote, if I remember correctly, all the procedural stuff I wrote in C++ as like a console application first, and then I made it in Unreal Engine. So like the cave generation I just did as, you know, arrays, and I showed them with hashes and zeros or whatever. And then I turned that into the golf game later. I might be able to find you some stuff for that if you want that. That might be cool. Anyway, good luck with that. See you in a bit, Lich. That's cool. Not what I'd ever expect. You've already written all the coding, it's made in Unity and it's on. Oh, the links won't work in... I'll just re-enable links. We haven't had a bot in a while. People keep trying to post links in chat and they never work out. It's on itch. Nice. Hang on a second. I'm going to re-enable links in my chat. And if it starts having problems again, I'll just re-enable it. You can post your link again if you want. How are you handling this? Because my dissertation was on like if it made the game more enjoyable or whatever, so I could get away with it by doing a big survey and then saying, oh, X number percentage of people thought this was better or this was better. Hey, Unicorn. Alright, anyway. That's... How do I... What am I doing? What's this? Don't take me here. I don't understand. I don't... Let me out of here. Okay. That's fine. Chat, am I right in thinking that all the waifus you can roll for now that just don't matter? I know people like the boy, but I don't want a boy, I'll be honest. Am I right in thinking that I should just save my gems? There's a Sekiro minigame. Oh, cool. Do you play as this dude? I'll do the trial for the free coins. You can? Oh, cool. Venti is really good. Yeah, I can imagine. Isn't he good in every meta? Oh, this is new. It's also very loud. His Q is the primordial cube from Risk of Rain 2. Yeah. I suppose you're right. Is this too loud for you, chat? The game feels a little loud to me, but maybe I'm misunderstanding. This boy seems very strong, but I just care not for anime boys, you know. That's right, Kaijin. Definitely. The game's a bit loud, yeah. I'll lower the volume in a second. It's just like the character voice is really loud, isn't it? Alright, I'll lower that in a second. You're trying to sleep, please be quiet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's have a look. What am I doing? Oh, audio. Sorry. Music needs to be much higher. Alright. Chill, Paimon. Chill. What was the other event character? I get so lost in these bloody menus. The bloom feels like it's been turned way up. Have they added more graphics settings since I last played? Sometimes they do add new stuff. Wait, it's not that one. Is it the left one? That'll explain why I couldn't get it then. Alright. Free coins. And then I could take my free Venti coins as well. Wait, were you saying Venti is good just in general, not for the Sekiro minigame? Like, I know he's good, but he's a boy, you see, that's the problem. I always have an archer anyway. You know? Do I normally aim with a bloody Dark Souls claw grip in this game? That can't be right. There you go. I guess you're meant to use them with other characters, aren't you? I completely forgot you can use other characters in this. The voices do seem way louder than the music, even though I have the music cranked way up. Have they broken something to do with the audio, or is it just me? Like, you watched me change the settings just now, so I made the voices more quiet, and the in-game louder. Or the music louder, sorry, right? I'm not losing it, am I? That did happen, didn't it? Alright. The swell plus whatever will reduce elemental res. Okay. Well, I don't care. I care not for the boys. Such is life. Alright. That was cool. Like here the audio seems quiet. Why was it just in that minigame? I don't know. It's just his artifact set. Oh yeah. Homeward path. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. What other? Surely I have like free logging in. You play the game. Here's your accept, claim all. These are the things that cause the bloody memory leak, aren't they? Okay, cool. I'll stream if I catch things that happened 5 minutes ago. I've been really tired the last few days. I don't know what happened. Alright, let's go do something. We must have a quest or something, right? There's all these new events and stuff. Talk to Catherine. Okay. Easy. I'm actually gonna raise the audio again. I think it was just that minigame where everything was weirdly done. Alright, Paimon, chill. There we go. How is everyone? You had a good week so far? I have Friday and Monday off because it's Easter. How about you lot? Lunchtime? Dude, it's 9 PM. You're crazy. Absolutely crazy. Something feels oddly quiet now. I don't know what it is. Maybe the game's normally like this. Maybe it's nice to enjoy the silence sometimes. It's 2 PM for you. Hot damn. You're a fully voiced quest? I don't even have to talk. I can let the game play itself. Easy life. It's the season for an unexpected reunion. Yo. What's wrong with Catherine trying to use a bloody fortune slip? Does she not seem like a fortune slip kind of person? Going to Inazuma and back in a single day? Well, I'm covering the subtitles, aren't I? Hang on. I'll move myself out of the way. Make myself larger as well, so I feel better about myself. There we go. We see each other pretty much every day, whatever makes you happy. I do not look happy. Unless, perhaps? Ah, let's hope the Shrine Maiden was right. Yeah, my eyes have been quite tired lately as well. Maybe I stare at monitors too much. They've been a bit, like, glazy, you know? A bit burnt over. You have a new commission you want to give to us? Probably staring at these bloody light bulbs all day, isn't it? You know what I mean? I've got all these lights pointed at me. Do you have blue light glasses? Kinda. They're like green tinted. A little bit. I'll leave the requester to fill you in on the relevant details. I mean, they are blue light tinted, I think, but they happen to look green. I don't know if you can even see on stream. Probably not. But I do see... Everything I see in the world is slightly green. Although it's kind of like, I'm so used to it now, it's actually really hard to see the difference, but when I first got them, it was really obvious. It's crazy how quickly your brain just gives in, you know? It's just like, this is how the world looks. My, not my last pair of glasses, because those had nothing on them, and those were terrible. My first pair of glasses had a massive blue filter on them, and everything was nice and orange all the time. It was nice. I liked it. Alas, Ace and Taint don't do that. What am I doing? I need to go... Oh, this is a new area. Oh, there must be new areas, right? Is this the chasm and stuff? There's like... I need to finish Watame Island, and then I need to visit all the way down here. Oh, God. They've added so much content. Good lord. And a completely empty ocean with nothing in it. A great use of the map. I guess it's meant to be a continent, isn't it? Oh, this is new as well. Alright, whatever. We'll go here and then we'll just fly to the south. We'll go and get that thing and then go west. We'll do a heck and explore. How about that? Nice and cozy. You can sit back. Have a sip of the old booze. And be cozy. Extremely cozy stream, yeah. Is this a new soundtrack? I saw on YouTube that they posted a few new soundtracks. I don't know if they're actually new though, or if it's just that they were posting a bunch of songs at the same time. Is the music loud enough? I don't know if I can really raise it more than this. I can if you really want though. Yeah, my left eye's going a bit. You know what? I'm gonna flick this light off. It's probably good for it. I know I'll be a bit in the shadows, but maybe this is like an aesthetic, you know? Half shadow woolen. Yeah, that thing glazing in my eye can't be good. Did they change that? Was that button always open chat? Because I keep doing it to try and open the map. Did they change that, or has it always been the case? Hard to say. Here we go. I was actually considering streaming Osu yesterday, but my eyes were going like a bit dry and itchy, so I ended up not doing it. I was close to it though, chat. Here we go. Maybe we're pressing the Elden Ring button? It must be. I mean, a lot of games use the select button, don't they? I don't really know what these things do. Are you meant to keep chasing them? I feel like you only end up getting like 5 more from them. Maybe that's fine. I do not want to fight any creatures in this game. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, it must be Elden Ring or something. Some game. We want to go over this cliff here, and it should be on the other side. I've been trying to get decent sleep as well. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is just all these years of abuse to the old peepers finally catching up. Seems weird that we've never gotten this waypoint. We've probably not gotten a lot of the waypoints actually, right? I thought we'd gotten most of them, but I like completion percent for every area is like tiny, right? 92% over here apparently, but it's like 66 here, 50 here, 64 here. I've only got half completion in most places. Although does completion mean like finding every hidden treasure chest and stuff? Because we haven't done that. Maybe one day when we're very bored I'll stream that, I don't know. You heard of the 20-20-20 rule streamer for Eye Strain? Well, every 20 minutes take 20 seconds to look at 20 different walls. I only have 4 walls, I'm afraid. I'm not one of those bourgeoisie, you know? Or does it look at something 20 meters away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes or something? That would be my guesstimate. I mean, I usually try to look up and stare at a wall. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, there's nothing I can look at that's 20 minutes away. I'm indoors right now. And at work, the only thing I can stare at is a wall. It's not very good. We only get half an hour off every day anyway. Maybe I've been working too hard, I don't know. Probably. Is this new? I feel like I'd recognize this sort of area. It's like this cool little, like, ruins. This feels like the sort of place I would have explored within a second of seeing it. I'm also going to double check the graphics settings to see if there's anything else I can crank up. Brightness. Cool. Okay, they've added brightness, or I've only just noticed it. Have they up? No, they haven't upped the frame rate yet. Weren't they doing a beta on Android a little while ago to up that to like 120? That's what I'd heard. Chuck the volumetric fog on. That's it. How bad does the game lag with fog? Not at all. Okay. Man, the shoulder button is so much better for running than the B button. What was Dark Souls thinking? King rolled. That's a RuneScape. Speaking of which, I finally finished the Motherlode Mine grind in RuneScape. After like months and months, I got the full prospector set for the hard diary. Took a very long time. Make many of these crab rows. You haven't finished until you're 99 mining. I know, Kadron. I'm 70. I'm 70 mining now, and I think I started the grind out and it was like level 50 or something. So I've gotten a lot of levels out of it. But I'm not even a high enough level to use the upper level, even if I were to sell all my stuff. It's quite funny. Oh well. Because I want to do like Song of the Elves and all these other quests. So I'm finally like actually leveled up enough to start doing some of the endgame stuff. Like a few weeks ago, the last couple of weeks, I knocked off a bunch of the quests that I'd ignored. So I'm really only missing a few things. I think I need to get like 71 woodcutting, which is going to take forever because I've just ignored woodcutting. When I started playing RuneScape 750 days ago or whatever, all I did was woodcutting until 61, and my woodcutting level is currently 62. Or something. Maybe it's 65, I don't know. God, the voices are so loud. I've done like almost no woodcutting since I started playing the game, which is quite funny. And I did some two-ticking the other day for like an hour and a half. It was quite easy, just doing it while watching YouTube. So I could just do that until 71, maybe. Putting off doing some of the quests that sound really painful to do. You have like a dozen left. Yeah, I think me too. I think I can do Dragon Slayer 2 though. I think I've got all the requirements for it. So I might do that to get Vorka. I've got the full Elite Void for range. I did that on the bus. On my commute. What temperature do you keep your homes at? I don't touch the heating anymore. The heating is off because of how expensive it is. But it's not too bad. PS2 was fun. Yeah, people love Dragon Slayer 2, right? I should stream it. I think I will. I'll stream doing all like the good quests or the endgame quests. Like I need to stream Monkey Madness 2. I don't know what I'm missing for that. Probably some stupid requirement. Your roommate turned it down to 20C. Down? You heat it above like 15? Damn. I also want to do Rex Lapis. He left 5 seals within 5 pavilions. Okay. I want to do My Arm's Big Adventure, so I can actually use that bloody herb spot. Because I just don't. I do a lot of herb runs, farming is my highest level skill, but I just can't be asked to do the Troll Stronghold herb spot because it's such a pain in the ass to get to. Here we go. Stream Morning's End Part 2. I've already done Morning's End Part 2. I didn't stream it, but I did hate it. I did it while watching YouTube. I ended up doing that bloody wall climb like 5 times because I made mistakes. And I googled for it and I found out that loads of other people made the mistakes. Like the quest guide plugin doesn't tell you to like remove a mirror at some point. So I went back and forth a couple times trying to get it, and I ended up running out of supplies, so I had to go back and like restock up on like prayer pots and stuff. It was crazy. Terrible, terrible, terrible quest. Like they finally added a puzzle, I guess, but it was so hard that I'm not going to bother doing it without a guide, and it's just so long and so tedious. It's just running back and forth and back and forth. If they'd have given you like infinite stamina or something, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad, but just the constant walking and failures were just, oh. But I did do it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it might be, I suppose. I don't know why. I assumed it had something to do with like an evil Halloween tree, but maybe I'm thinking of like Terraria or something. Oh, fuck. I don't know why. I'm thinking about Morning's End. My image of the quest was something to do with an evil Halloween tree. Dude, come on. I hate this. I don't know why. I don't know why that's what I thought. But I can do Song of the Elves. I think I just need that 70 woodcutting that I need for Grim Tales, for the Hard Diary for Falador. Because I think that's the last thing I need for the Hard Diary that really matters, right? I can also do the new rune crafting. Now there's that new rune crafting minigame that everyone's playing. I can do the quest for that on stream and maybe do some of the minigame because people say it's quite fun. And with that, I might actually bother getting enough rune crafting to get the elite Karamja diary. So I think that's the hardest thing to do in that, right? And that'll make Slayer slightly easier. I'm like 77 Slayer or something. Finally got 80 defense the other day as well. So I'm like base 80s on all my combats, which is quite nice. Things are moving, Kaedrin. I'm slowly moving out of the mid-game of RuneScape, the horrible grindy part, where everything's just slightly too inefficient and it's a little bit too tedious. I'm moving into the later mid-game, I suppose. That's how I feel, at least. I need to do Fishing Trawler, I think. Well, I don't know if I need to, but I think I should do Fishing Trawler. RuneScape streams are comfy. I haven't done them in a while. The music is too loud. I cannot hear myself think. Kind of forgotten how to play this game, I'll be honest. I didn't remember having this many problems with volume before, though. Excuse me, dude. We need to play some RuneScape streams with Tom Bowser at some point, I think. It's been a little while. We should make use of the Tom Bowser. Why am I being destroyed by all the enemies in this area? Are they all max level or something? What happened? I think I normally have this many troubles, do I? Maybe I do. I feel like I don't normally take this much damage, though. Your health just got refilled. Here we go. Sorry that my commentary does just come down to "here we go" and then complaints about basic things in the game. I am a bit tired. I'm trying my best. I produce the free content. But you do get what you pay for. And that's this, whatever this is. Please don't. Do not drown the cat. That's not cool. I've kind of forgotten a lot, actually. No worries. Thank you. Oh, God. Oh, I'm close enough to the wall that it doesn't bother showing the animation. Great time to decide to just sort of like chill there for a second. Go invisible. Miss my big attack. Not very nice of you. Oof. Oh! Loot. There we go. What have you lot been playing lately, chat, anyway? Just Elden Ring? Or have you gotten into anything new and exciting? Why am I fighting these people? What do I get from this? Why am I subjecting myself to this? I'm like level 30 something, aren't I? You're playing Calculus 3. Yo. A maths whiz. I guess there's a chest or something. Oh, maybe I think I need to kill them for the event. Or something. Maybe that's what my brain's telling me. I guess, I mean, I need all these materials anyway, right? That's one of the big things I was missing, was basic upgrade mats. Or ascension materials or whatever. Hello, sir. I will bully you, if that's okay. Nice. You've been playing RuneScape on your phone and 7 Days to Die on your PC. What are you currently doing in the escapes, Gerdran? What are you currently goaling towards? You're like a really high level, right? Relatively? Or like 90s combat or something, weren't you? I'm meant to go in this way. Okay. Well, let's, I guess, leave this for now and go this way. Did I get the chest? I must have gotten the chest, right? I can't imagine I wouldn't have gotten it. 111 combat. I'm sorry, I don't mean 90 combat. I meant 90 combat stats. Like you're like 98 strength or something. I don't know the actual stats, I'll be honest with you. I'm like 104? Maybe? Where's the other one? Oh. There's a fourth one? What about the rule of threes in video games? I'm looking for it. Kind of thinking they'd all be visible from one spot. I suppose that doesn't have to be the case. Maybe it'll be hidden somewhere. This is definitely new music, right? Oh, here, it's hidden. I don't recognize this. Like Pikmin water level music. 95 strength, 92 magic, 87 range, 78 prayer, 84 attack and defense. How come attack and defense are the same? Have you just been controlling the whip for the whole thing? Bye bye, you must go talk to your research professor. Oh, good luck. I hope everything's going well. Here we go. Whipping when you're not training strength, yeah. I think I'm going to put it permanently on attack, honestly. I don't feel like I'm going to need more than 80 defense that much, right? And like, can't you just defensive chin or defensive burst if you really need quick defense levels anyway? I feel like training my attack and strength up, or doing strength through Nightmare Zone and doing attack through normal, like Slayer or whatever, is probably like a better use of my XP. Because you only get like 10k XP an hour or whatever, don't you, if you're doing controlled? You don't get much. Maybe like 15k. I was thinking about that when I was doing pest control. I was like, man, maybe I should just be doing attack. You're just doing control until you get 99 strength. Are you not nightmare zoning? Are you getting strength through control? That's going to take forever, isn't it? Slayer tasks you don't nightmare often. Even if you're playing at work? Wait, what do you do again? I forget. Because like, I've left my phone on like the side before to like AFK at Nightmare Zone before. It's very easy. You like look every like 20 minutes at it or whatever. You occasionally like tap to drink a couple more absorption potions. That's easy levels. I don't do it very much, I suppose. If you're playing from home, you're AFK vampires. For cash. Wait, what do you mean? Like you just sit there with Guthans and they like auto aggro on you? Do I have a stamina regenning thing? I don't know what the icon is. I thought it was like a green something. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have any stamina food. Maybe stamina food's really rare in this game. Weirdly. Why am I trying to climb over this? There's an altar bank next to some vampire spawns in Darkmire. Oh, is it like the old-fashioned like AFK at Gorillas in a patrol thing? Do you just sit there with like prayer gear on, like proselyte and stuff, and you just sit there with protect from melee on, getting or whatever, hitting over and over again? You occasionally get like a vampire dust or whatever. How do I get over this wall? Oh, maybe there's a path over here I can just walk over. Don't know why I just assumed the fastest way would be over this massive wall. Oh, actually, maybe. Maybe it is. This way. Do you reckon that's something I can do? Because I'm pretty poor in RuneScape. I've been working on it. They drop alchable rune items and blood runes pretty often. Oh, nice. I have like a... Well, I'm richer than I was before, I suppose. I have like a little green cash stack, and I've got like a bunch of random shit I didn't think I was ever gonna bother buying, like Guthan's set and Infinity boots. I have like a spare abyssal dagger I'm not using, that sort of thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can put your project in chat now. I turned on links. I had them off, but in the last like week, people have been posting a lot of links and they've just not been going through. So I'm just turn them back on again. How have you been enjoying your project? Is it your final year at uni or something? Are you ready to be done with it all? I'm kind of curious. Final year, nice. What, if I've got easy conversation, if you aren't sick and you just want to immediately leave, what country are you doing your degree in? I'm curious. I have many questions. If you want cash, you can AFK gargoyles if you have the Slayer level. They're good money too. I don't know. I'm 77 Slayer. That might not be enough. England. Yeah. Fair. Okay. What made you decide procedural golf? It's a very specific. It's a very specific bloody degree to want to do. Oh, not degree. Dissertation to want to do. Oh, I could AFK gargoyles. Yeah. No, actually, I have the automatic breaker. Is it worth doing gargoyles though? They're like 550k per Slayer task, and that takes like 50 minutes or something, right? Oh, maybe it is. I don't know, it feels weird to want to... And that's with a Slayer helmet. It would feel weird to want to do that off task, right? Is it? I suppose it might be better than Nightmare Zone, maybe? Bit worse XP, bit more money. Your supervisor had a list of projects, so you did the most fun-sounding one. Wait, did the list of projects include procedural golf? Or did it include procedural generation? Like video game procedural generation? The AFK money? I suppose so. Well, it's not really AFK though if you have to constantly go and pick up the drops though, is it? Procedural mini-golf specifically. Huh. I wonder if they pulled that out the top of their head or if they found it in a Google. That would be a funny coincidence. Another person your supervisor is also doing. That's crazy. Because when I looked into it, like no one else had done anything on it. I think I found a Unity game that some guy did from years ago. That was like a procedural mini golf, like little tech demo they made for like Game Jam, but that was it. That's an amazing coincidence. How did you end up doing your your like research, because I had like really good fun with it actually. I found a bunch of papers on how they did generation for like Quake, or not Quake, how they made the levels in like Quake and the earlier Elder Scrolls games. How everything was always made as like a sort of copy and pasteable unit modules. And I was like, oh, so much stuff to quote on it. Basically, no one's done it, which is part of the angle your project's going for. Nice. I thought it was really interesting because it was like, I haven't seen what you've done yet, but it was cool because I was able to take a somewhat, like lots and lots of individual little concepts. Like I had all these different generation techniques, and I was able to show them on like a small scale in these little terminal programs, and then in a larger scale in like an actual game. So I managed to tie it in with also doing a game as I wanted to. And I got to do everything in C++ because that's what I wanted. I wanted some experience with it. That's exciting. They drop 10k coins pretty often. I suppose so. All you have to do is grab the rare mall drops and steal bar or mithril bar drops. Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. And then that's money that you could be making otherwise. Do you sit there and just full Guthans the whole time? Because that's like only like 20k or something an hour if you need to repair it, isn't it? Oh, how exciting. How far are you through your paper at this point? You didn't do much research, mostly on the kind of stuff that existed. Oh, fair. What approach have you done? Have you just made like a single, like a sort of like just a single level generator that you've focused entirely on that one generation technique? Or what? You swap between Guthans and a different armor set every few minutes. Oh, fair. Infinite mini golf. I'll have a look in a second. I could also look at my phone, maybe. This thing's gonna take a second to murder. I want to have a little peek. Just a single generation technique. What's the... Does it say on the page? What was the like goal of your dissertation? Was it just to see if it would make interesting gameplay or something? I was able to make use of having a YouTube audience for mine. So I have no idea how you do it otherwise. Yeah, that was it. Because the hardest thing to do is to find fun, right? But if you get a bunch of people to say this is fun and this isn't, then that's about as best as I could do it. To see if it would make a good mini golf. Oh my god, there's so many of these bloody things. I'm gonna go. I don't need to kill you. How are you defining it? This area is pretty, man. Is this the chasm that they've kept talking about for years? I've now killed Pitching. I'm so sorry. I hope none of you like Pitching. She's gone. Alright, I think I'm kind of safe. Let me have a peek. Itch.io. I think I had mine in like a, a Google Drive link or something. I need a password. Did you send me the password on Discord or something? Is this your secret uni work with all your personal information on it? You can do. Yeah. Try not to dox yourself. Unless you want to. You're welcome to dox yourself. You're an adult. Be careful about it there. I'm not sure. I mean, no one's going to see it. I suppose Kaedron might see it. As you can probably see, I'm not the single biggest popular streamer on the website. Don't tell anyone. I've really got some of these people hooked. They really think I'm more popular than I am. I really got them stuck in. Alright. Look for the miner who posted the commission at the chasm. I've gone like way off what I was meant to be doing. We've been running around for like 45 minutes. I have not found the goal that I originally set out to do. Higher? Oh lord. I want to look around this whole area at some point. I feel like I need more like stamina or something though. Keep running out halfway up the lift. Have you played any Genshin, Anonymous? Or you just come here from like a Google search? You're like, oh god, what is this idiot playing on his bloody screen? I don't want to look at these anime waifus. You don't know how you'll evaluate it, but you'll do a survey for people after playing the game. I think that's about as good as you can do. New face. Missed your first time here. Yes, waifu's the name. You played about an hour of Genshin. Well, there you go. Probably one of the biggest gamers on the planet, I can imagine, right? I don't think anyone really plays this game. I've worked here at the mine for 20 years. It does not look it. I'm like their big sister. Do any facilities give you trouble? Let me know. Oh, this is the chasm. Can you tell me about the 7-star array? That's something that the Kaching set up. It bars the righteous. It's the highest class of seal in the land. If anyone sees it, they know the consequences of breaking it. They used these ostentatious bedrock keys to anchor the array. Gotta send a message. Put the fear of Rex Lapis into the hearts of thieves. In other words, if someone does break it and does not suffer the consequences, they have the tactic approval. Damn. You thought it was really similar to Breath of the Wild and you didn't feel satisfied by the combat and you dropped it, like the food crafting was similar. I can see that. Like, that was the meme, right, for a while. Was like, haha, it's like a Breath of the Wild clone. But in the end, it's a very different game. Like, it's an open world game with exploration, but it's a very different kind of world. And this game has like 1 trillion quests in it. I felt like a lot of the quests in Breath of the Wild were like, pick your nose and show it to 3 people, you know? They were a little shit. Although like there were like 10 of them. I love, like, it's one of my favorite games is Breath of the Wild, by the way. I do have 69 episodes of it on YouTube if you haven't seen. But it's a very different game. It scratches a somewhat similar itch, but it's a different sort of thing. You weren't a big fan of food crafting. You know what you can do in this one? If you've like crafted something like 10 times, you auto-craft it. So all you need to do is find like the one food item you want to use, make it 10 times, and then you can make 1,000 of them. Like, the game tries to be quite convenient. They don't make... Like, Breath of the Wild has the thing where, like, if it rains, you can't climb any objects. The game doesn't have anything like that. They let you be very free. And, like, a lot of the characters let you, you know, jump into the air or whatever. Make things a little easier. And, like, I think the combat is meant... I don't really do much in it. I'm using, like, a bunch of characters that I like. They're not particularly good. Kaching might be pretty good, but... I think the combat's actually meant to be very in-depth. There's like this Pokemon elemental reaction sub-game that you're meant to play where you're like meant to set stuff on fire and then freeze it and then use wind on it for bonus damage or something. And there's all these different weapon types, all of these different movesets and all these different characters. So I think there's quite a lot to it if you want to get into it. I tend to just shoot stuff with a bow and arrow though. 10 crates of meat, vegetables, firewood, and camping equipment. Also, the music in this is so good. They got the national orchestras. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure someone will correct me. But they like all the music's done by the national orchestra of the area it's based on. So the starting area was done, I think, like maybe like the German orchestra, and the China area was done by like the China orchestra, and the Japan area by the Japan orchestra. Which it slaps, dude. It absolutely slaps. Sorry for making you wait. What's up? Who are you? When were we all that familiar to you? Ah, you saved Leeway. Of course I did. You're at the chasm. You must be here on important business. You must have a permit from Kaching, right? No. You must be very familiar with her. The permit might hold more weight. Can I see it, please? No. We don't have that either. Oh, you rolled a tiny person for one of the first characters. It happens. It happens. What you should do is just use all the starter characters and Amber for the whole playthrough. Miss Ganyu was at the Yujing Terrace, supporting the Kaching directly. I'm sure her opinion would be in lockstep with theirs. You have her permission, don't you? We have no one's permission. We could have asked Ganyu. You like Risk of Rain too? Good work. Excellent taste coming off from this. Have you played much of the new update with the railgun character? We played a bit of it a few weeks ago. It was absolutely fantastic. Considering playing it today, but I wasn't really in the mood for it. If you've been commissioned by some urchin to urge us to open the mine faster, then I suggest you read the support report. Good lord. You tell us more about the chasm. You did all the achievements. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Have you played much of the multiplayer? Or have you been a single player sort of person? So I've exclusively played it with like Chris and other people. Great mine at the center of the chasm has had a 7-star array cast over it. Oh, that's what they were talking about before. The focal point lies in bedrock keys around it. It was placed by the Kaching themselves. It's had an abnormal amount of geo-elemental coalescences. It's almost like the thing from beneath is beginning to emerge. Damn. Don't go anywhere near the array or think about going down there to explore. The keys are not losing structural integrity, and the surrounding areas are certainly not plagued by strange convergences. Don't think of doing anything. Damn. I know what you're going to ask. There's no precious treasures down there, nor are there prehistoric fossils, and banish any thought about giant ancient ruins. Damn. It sounds very suspicious. Not even mushrooms down there. Nor are there wish-granting stones, and no sailors who grow strong just from eating mushrooms. Do not get your hopes up. Damn. Come on, Paimon, let's go. Let's go. I haven't finished. Go speak to... I can't pronounce that. She's an adventurer by the minister who was a miner here. They like the geography like the back of their hand. I'll give you a certificate pretty quick. They're definitely not the sort of person... Wait. Shishong? Maybe? Shishong? Maybe. Don't run around brazenly in haphazard areas. Do you really? If you understand, I won't take up all your time. You played a lot of multiplayer with a friend of yours. You got it for him for his birthday and he instantly dropped 100 hours in. Nice. Nice. Hello, Yuhei. Have you played any modded? I saw someone post on Discord that someone added the like soldier from Team Fortress as a modded character with a rocket jumper, and I thought that looked sick. I haven't seen much of the other mods, but I assume it's probably quite a few custom characters, right? You haven't played any modded. I think some of the characters they've got now were originally modded characters, right? Like, I don't remember which one it was, but one of the characters they added somewhat recently was always in the game files. Like, who's the ranger? I don't remember what he's called. The cowboy dude. Robot. I can't remember his name. He was in the no, not the railgunner. Bandit. Yeah, Bandit was in like the beta file. He was in like the files for the game forever, but he wasn't a playable character, and I think mods added him in. And then when the devs added Bandit to the game properly, they added him in differently so the mod wouldn't break, which I thought was quite nice. They seem like a very nice team. It was like their first 3D game as well. They give out permits? Yes, they came to their senses and are allowing a limited amount of ore mining near the surface. You haven't 100%ed yet. What are you missing? Have you played any Eclipse? Someone in chat was asking us about Eclipse. I think it was Unicorn. You haven't got the monster logs or the secret character. Do you have the achievement for like the like lunar pool? You have a chance, like a 1 in 100 chance of getting a super rare item, and it's a rare pool, and then it's a 1 in 100 on the rare pool, and you have to have a lunar item. Made a beeline for the depths of the chasm. Not sure. I think that's the thing that a lot of people get left on. I think people in chat were saying that when they had to farm it, it took them dozens and dozens of hours. The cleansing pools, yeah. Like if you really gun for them, there's a really rare item you get from them, isn't there? Because most people like ignore them. Iridescent pearl, yeah. Most people like ignore the pool. 10% increase to all stats. Yeah, it's a really good item. But you see it once every 1,000 runs or something. It's easier to get now, or do they just increase the odds on it? They didn't do patch notes, did they? Or did they go back and add patch notes? Because the Railgunner update changed a bunch of stuff. But they didn't say what, at least on release. Don't dare what imagine what's going on in there. Frightening. Do we have to take this commission? We should consider it. Oh, we'll take it then. Bloody Paimon. I think the Abyss Order is involved. A lunar item called egocentricism converts any other item to itself. Wait, so it's just like a black hole? Or does it do something? It doesn't just drop those into a cleansing pool until you get iridescent pearl. Oh. Wait, how does that work? Does it... When you drop something into the pool, do you get it back? Or what? You're doing a great service here. Let me give you the rough location of the Hilichurls. Yeah. How does it work? Is it only when you pick up the item it turns into itself? So you put it in, you get the shit normal pearl, and then you pick it up and it turns into the egocentrism, and then you drop it in, you just keep doing that until it turns into it. Oh, is iridescent pearl only 10%? I thought it was 1 in 100. Talking out of my ass. Head into the thing. Should we not get the map for this area? That's right at the end, isn't it? That's fine. What is it? I don't know any of these good items. Just feed them apples. That doesn't work. That's fine. The essences are really, the aspects are really where 1 in 2400. The aspects? Oh, any elite monster has a really small chance to drop its aspect. Is that like the lunar item that lets you turn into an elite? Actually, no, I think I've had an aspect once, actually. I don't remember what it was, but people were excited. They said it was super rare. I don't remember what I got. We've seen them a couple times. Isn't there an active item, maybe? Like a one you have to use? Am I thinking of something else? Like it takes up the active item slot. They're all actives. Okay, I think we might have had them a couple times. They don't activate. Yeah, they just take up the like you use them instead of an active item, which sucks. If your build relies on that. What do I need to do here? I'm sure this is all mechanics that I got taught 100 years ago and I've forgotten now. Do I just need to shoot them? No. Do I need to kill stuff? Do I just smash them with Geo, maybe? I think maybe I need to bring something to them. What other stuff have you been playing? Have you managed to snatch any time in Elden Ring, maybe? I don't know if that's still the current hotness, but it was the current hotness a few weeks ago. I'm sure everyone's got something more exciting now. Lord of the Rings Online or something. Not much of a Dark Souls-y person. Oh, fair. Is it this? Maybe this is the thing. You get like a little star. Yeah. Maybe? Is that not it? I thought that was the mechanic. Maybe not. You played a lot of Isaac. Oh, nice. Did you play any of Flash at all? Or more of a Rebirth? No. Okay, fair. Only Rebirth onwards. Fair enough. Do you watch much Egg? By Egg, I mean Northernlian from Canada. Completed Afterbirth Plus. Oh, nice. I played Rebirth from release because I played a lot of Flash. I ended up 100%ing it after the Lost became available. And then like a few weeks after that, they did something to make the Lost a lot easier. Like they make you start with like the bloody relic or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. The thing that lets you survive a hit. I got really upset about it because I'd spent like Holy Mantle, yeah. I'd spent like actually like 100 hours or something. I don't know, like 50 hours. I don't remember completing him on hard mode, like restarting until you get the cat or the knife. I think was the strat. I finally got it, and I was like, yeah, beat the game forever. And they were like, nah. Now everyone can do it. There's a character called Tainted Lost. Yeah, I don't know. I played very little of the DLCs, which doesn't have a shield. I wouldn't want to do it again. I'll be honest. It completely killed the game for me. Because by the time you got like good enough to survive the entire game without taking any hits, the rest of the game felt really weird. Either you were like, oh, this is way too easy and it didn't feel rewarding, or you get frustrated when you get hit because you'd be like, ah, I don't need to get hit. It was very, very weird. Like I played a few hundred hours of it and then it's just done. And I tried to play it a bit since. Like I think I tried to restart my save on stream a few years ago. And I did it for like 1 or 2 streams and I stopped playing. I don't know. It's weird. Some huts. Not fair. Used to play Team Fortress 2. Oh yeah, join the club. That's what this entire live stream's chat is made up from at this point. Although I think some people probably still play quite a lot of it. Nice. What did you used to play in it? Did you ever do any competitive? Here we go. Soldier medic? Oh nice. Were you into rocket jumping at all? Because I always thought that was one of the more fun things in the game. Oh, it's a jump pad. I haven't seen that. You tried out the competitive beta? Oh no. I'm so sorry. That's a new boy on the side. It's like a super elite one of these things. No, that wasn't the best update, was it? Rocket jumping is great, but you're bad at it. Have you never wanted to just grind it out? Like MVM a lot. MVM was great. It's one of the few things I'd probably still play if I wanted to play it on stream again. I think there's a community map tournament going on right now in MVM on Potato TF servers, or at least there was a few weeks ago. That might have been worth playing. It's always good fun. You can play it for like a couple hours and then you're done, you know? It's got a very obvious finishing condition. You hope Overwatch 2 feels like MVM. I think that's the goal, right? It's just a PvE update. I don't think I'll be playing it though. I don't really want anything to do with Blizzard. I wasn't really that into Overwatch anyway. I played it in the beta, and then like a little bit since. It just never really clicked. There were too many things about it that I could never get past. Like I was so used to customizing Team Fortress, I couldn't get used to how the game forces so much on you, like the giant view models and the shiny particles everywhere. I have like old man eyes. I found it too hard to concentrate on the game a lot of the time, or like work out what I was meant to be shooting. Good lord. Like I had some cool stuff, but emphasis on some. And there's a reason I only played a little bit of it. It lacked custom sprays. I don't know how much I miss custom sprays though. A lot of the time it was just pictures I'd rather not have saved to my hard drive. Thanks, Valve. I usually disabled them. I don't know. It was just a different sort of game, I suppose. Everything felt a little bit off. I don't know. God, he took forever. Oh, he dropped his little hat. Nice. Please head to the chasm, underground mines. Damn, they're so polite about it. Which way is that? That north of here? I mean, I kind of thought I was already in the chasm. Maybe not. Has this thing been explained before? Or is this new? You like the Overwatch PvE stuff? What PvE stuff has there been? I thought that's what Overwatch 2 was. I thought there was a... I don't remember if it was a trailer or if it was something I played, but wasn't there a game mode where you could only have like 3 or 4 characters? Or 3 or 4 players, and you had to fight waves. Some had PvE. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I played it like once then. I think my reaction was probably the same. I was probably like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. It's weird. I think I've only just gotten out of my head that the game didn't just come out yesterday. It's already old enough now that people have stopped playing it, right? They're like, oh, this is an ancient game. Why would you ever play this? Might as well play Quake Live. 2016. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but like, I suppose it was. And was that when it released, or was that beta? Because I bought it in beta, like before they added Diva and stuff. And back when McCree's bloody, I was gonna say wingman, his like revolver could one-shot people, like two-shot people across the map with no fall off. It was incredible. 2016 release. Might have even gotten in like 2015 then, right? It was crazy to think about. How old's like Apex by now then? I feel like Overwatch and Apex came around similar times, and Apex doesn't feel that old. It feels like a new game. I suppose it came out like around the time that PUBG got really big. But Apex was a while after. Maybe. I wanted to play it on release, but I couldn't get like the bloody, I was gonna say Onion, what's it called? The Origin. I couldn't get Origin working. Like I managed to make my account and everything, or I had it from like The Sims, but I couldn't download the game, I couldn't launch it. So my Apex account says that I started playing in like Season 2 or something. Even though I only started playing a few months ago, in reality. It's quite funny. And they've given me badges as if I played the game in all the other seasons, even though I absolutely have not. Probably should put up the Diana thing. This thing's taking an awful long time to kill, isn't it? Like, I know I'm a little under-leveled, but still. When they... Oh, he played Gibraltar on release, but when they added... And then Octane when they added him. Wait, Gibraltar wasn't a release character? I thought he was one of the original characters. It was like Wraith, Pathfinder, Bloodhound... I don't remember who else. I thought it was Gibraltar, apparently. Yeah, on release of the game. Oh, like, but in beta he wasn't there. That's fair. Good lord, that was an adventure. Fair enough. They've been very consistent at adding characters to it as well. There's like 20 characters now or something, right? There's an insane amount. You tried Valorant too? I really liked Valorant. I barely played it though. I was excited for it to come out because they had a bunch of really good people on the team. Like they had I don't remember who, they had someone from Team Fortress help work on it, and they had someone from like I don't remember now, I'll be honest. But they had like some really important people work on it and work on the networking and trying to make the game an actual competitive game from the start. And then when it came out, I didn't play it because of the anti-cheat. I thought it was a bit weird. I eventually like gave up and just downloaded it anyway. I thought it was really fun. And then stopped playing it. It was weird. Like I was enjoying it and I just forgot about it, I suppose. It just happens, I suppose. You played it because your CSGO friends were excited about it. Like, it was a really good game. I liked the, I don't remember what it was called, but like the retakes game mode. Where you only do the, like, the bit at the end of the match over and over again. You spawn with a full loadout. And you just fight over the bomb over and over. I thought that was sick. It was just non-stop the fun bit of the game. None of like the weird waiting and stressful sitting around corners stuff. There you go. Excuse me, young man. That's right. Did you play much Counter-Strike? I played a fair bit of CSGO in like 2013 or 14, I don't remember what. I wasn't very good at it, but my friends were, so they managed to carry me to a rank that was much higher than I should have been in. I think I was like gold chicken with wheat or something. I was like the 3rd or 4th top rank, even though I absolutely was not. Only with friends. Yeah, I like tried to play it solo, I couldn't. I think deathmatch was kind of fun solo. Or the one where you just run around in like dust or whatever and you smack stuff with guns and it's infinite respawn. You never even got ranked. It's not really worth it. I think CSGO ranked's way too stressful. You either got to just have played like 1,000,000 hours of Source and know exactly what to do and memorize like 100,000 bloody grenade spots, or your aim has to be so good that you win every single 1v1 and it just doesn't matter until like the 2nd top rank. I always thought that was just a little bit too stressful. Was I wrong about these star things? I thought all you had to do was hit them. Maybe you need to get multiple of them? Alright, there's one. Like 3. Maybe you need 3 of them. There's 2? There's another one here. Maybe I need to get all of them? I don't know. 3? They don't seem to be doing anything yet. 4? It seems to still just be 3. I don't understand. Yeah, but then only after you reach top rank. Then it's getting top rank on Face It. No, I could never get into that sort of thing. It seems ever so sweaty, you know? I suppose that's the idea, right? Like, it was a very serious game, but maybe I wasn't such a serious person. Very sweaty. It's the sort of game where people started, like, making aim trainers and stuff for, right? You got to, like, warm up in a different game for 5 hours before you can play a 20-minute match. It's too much. None of that. Give me like gun game, you know? I want to spawn with a shotgun and work my way up to the knife. I don't want to sit in bloody D walkway against bots for 7 hours. Min-max my setup. Not for me. What is going on here? I feel like I should have understood this by now, but maybe not. Let's just ignore this for now and go and find out the underground mines thing that it's trying to get me to do. Maybe they'll explain it. Maybe an NPC will pop up and say, "Oh yeah, you need this special what's-it-madoodle." Ultra Kill is pretty cool for a gun game. People love Ultra Kill, don't they? I've not played it. I don't think I've seen any gameplay from it. I just know that there's memes about it, which I suppose is the current marketing tool. This did not do anything. It's like, it's robots, isn't it? Do they have, like, hook shots and grappling hooks or something? Maybe. I'm thinking of the right game. Blood is Fuel. Nice. There's been a lot of good arena shooters based on robots that have all died in a week. Grappling hooks and parrying. That sounds sick. Well, like parrying, like if someone shoots you with a sniper rifle, it takes half a second to arrive, and if you press the right button at the right second, you'll parry it back at them. And then they can also parry that, and then you get into a big bap 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 bap. That sounds pretty dope. Like, grappling hooks are one of the best video game tools. It's single player. I thought it was an arena shooter. Oh, actually, wait, did Donkey do a video on it a while ago? Was it... You parry your shotgun shots? That's sick. To make them explode. That's really cool. Does it have wall running as well? Maybe I am thinking of something completely different. There was some sort of vaguely movement-based single-player shooter with robots and grappling hooks. Don't think so. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Have you played Gunfire? That was a really good one. A good multiplayer game. I really enjoyed that. Gunfire Reborn, yeah, I thought it was really fun. It was like Borderlands, I suppose. Maybe I just meant to head for this thing. Yeah, you thought it was okay. Like, for a game that I thought was made by a relatively small team on a pretty tight budget, I think they did a really good job. Like, I remember seeing it years ago in open beta, and it looked very, very basic. So seeing the point it's at now was really impressive. Like, that's some of the most fun with indie games, I think. Seeing how much they put in over time. Borderlands has skill trees, though. I think Gunfire has skill trees, but it's not the same sort of thing. Like, Gunfire has like a rogue legacy sort of upgrade system between games. You slowly level up your characters, but it's like obvious upgrades. It's like, you spawn with a gun. You get twice as much money from drops. It's like that sort of thing. Your guns do more damage or have more ammo. I don't know. Am I in the right area? Was this not where I was just really lost? Alright, you're off. Oh, thank you for the chat. I'll have a look into your mini golf thing later when I'm done with stream. Thank you for dropping by today. Good luck with your dissertation. Right. Yeah. Well, I'll have a look later. Maybe there's something I can help with, or if not, I can try and work something out. I'd recommend asking your advisor. Like, if you just want to, if you've got like an appendix section and you want to reference like a YouTube video or something, I think you can just write, oh yeah, I saw this video on this YouTube link that was similar to the dissertation. I thought this, that, and the other. I think that's probably fine. But you might want to ask your supervisor about it. I don't know. I don't remember how plagiarization works. I don't think watching a YouTube video would count as plagiarization, though. It's worth double checking. Maybe you need to write something specific. This is cool. Oh lord. I should have probably fully done my stamina first. Maybe I'm just meant to make it to this thing. Down there? Am I on top of it? Is it above me? It must be above me, surely. This waypoint. Surely. It must be on like the edge of this cliff. It has a little arrow on top. I don't know if that means above or if it's just always got an arrow on top and I've never noticed. What's this? Get out of here. Don't steal my fish. I don't even know if fishing is still in the game at this point. Yeah, I think I see a big old like light beam up there. It's got to be it. So that's probably not the thing I was meant to go for. The thing I'm probably meant to go for is down there. Hmm. Okay. I suppose I'm just going to be scaling a wall for a few minutes here. Let's go. This would probably be a good time to, like, grind out gargoyles on my phone or something, right? Just slowly playing Genshin, occasionally, like, tap the screen. I was considering getting a tablet a while ago, just so I could multitask RuneScape a bit easier, but I ended up not doing it. I was like, maybe that's not the best use of, like, 100, 200 euros or whatever. But then again, maybe. Maybe with the opportunity to watch YouTube in the bath, having a tablet would be good. My old one was pretty useful, the few times I did use it. We can sit in here, can't we? I should probably just hold up, actually. I think jumping is not the best use of my time. Have a look at Discord. Okay, I can jump this last little bit, I think, right? Surely. Dear. wonder if this is the content I'm meant to be doing, because I haven't played in quite a while. I feel like there must be other stuff I've not done that doesn't involve going into a big cave. I don't know if a big cave's the sort of thing I want to be exploring right now. If I want to be doing some sort of quest or something. Buddy lord. How am I meant to get over there? Jump. Alright. Get the stamina back. I think we can make it over this, right? The little lip here? Surely. Surely. Nice. We can jump the rest of the way. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get stuck there and fall off. Oh, this looks cool. For something that was announced 100 years ago. Well worth the time, I'm sure. I don't think I have any... No. Cool. I guess I'm just meant to go into the hole, maybe. Now I've unlocked that. Hello, Waffles. Woolen really is a Genshin Impact. That's right. I frequently let my Genshins drop from the height of the map and impact the floor. Maybe. You should watch the Killian Experience video on the entire history of cinema. I remember him. Is he still going? Does he still do the exact same content? Chasm's more. I quite liked his content, like not 10 years ago, but it feels like 10 years ago. Oh, you just instantly die if you hit the floor, huh? I don't know, I know a lot of YouTube is having a formula and just doing it over and over, but I think I got a little tired of his a bit quickly. I don't know. Maybe I watched him for like a year or something? I don't remember. He did like garbage reviews or something, didn't he? He did like... Oh, hello! I'm vibing. Something like that, yeah. Has his content changed at all, or is it still the same sort of thing? Because sometimes, like... You know, sometimes the... What's the word? Sometimes the formula for a channel really clicks with you and you just watch all the videos no matter what. And then sometimes I feel like you get a bit burnt out on it because it is the same thing every time. I suppose it depends. I don't understand what it's asking me to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I guess I can go and unlock that waypoint over there. Oh, the birds have been nesting in here. That's a cute little touch. In the cabbage house. How have you been, Waffles, by the way? You watch Streets of Fire and you have to say 8.5 out of 10. Excellent film. Streets of Fire? A fighting film? Or is that a cooking show? There's two very different names you can get from that. Like it's cooking battles or it's people, you know, fighting each other on the streets. Or maybe it's a home renovation show, but... No, maybe not. Alright, this is not it either. I was kind of hoping that being in the mines, you see, would solve that little problem. There's a blue-ish thing over there. Maybe I'll go for that. William Dafoe. Yo. Hello, Wang. Are you the one I'm looking for? Huang. Please see it to it the chasm does not act up these few days. We may be safe and sound as we descend into the mines. Protect. You're barely alive and putting off a 10-page research paper because you're a heckin' idiot and don't know shit. Oh, God, everyone's on their, like, final year, aren't they? Or what are you doing, Waffles? What are you currently putting off? Looks like a pile of unassuming rocks, but it's been here for 500 years. The chasm is under the protection of the Millilith, so every time people go down here, we pray for the souls of those who have to protect us. They've turned into elements and become one with the mine. So when we pray for their protection, we're showing our reverence to the chasm itself. It's about AI. Oh, cool. What are you doing? Like machine vision or sound processing or self-driving traffic cones or something? You don't know. Trying to have a conversation, Waffles. You're a heckin' idiot. I want to find out. I'm prying. I'm poking. Tell me all. Tell me nothing. A memorial was set up for them. Didn't know these stones had such a history. Well, you see it's a communications class. Oh, they asking you to. You have no idea what to do. We could brainstorm maybe. You can throw some ideas and maybe it'll help you rubber duck the solution. Good old rubber ducking. Who's a little one? Pretty familiar story. If you were to talk to someone else, they might give you a different story. Maybe this is the charm of history. Not that I'm cultured, but just saying. There's always been a rumor saying that the stones have another secret. With a treasure. Yo. Can you give us some details? You said you would talk about the dangers of AI and how humans can do something to prepare for AI. There's loads you can do about that, man. You got to look into like self-replicating code or like what's the word? Self-writing code, isn't it? There's a whole study, isn't there, on like the idea that if we have code that ends up writing itself, and if it becomes self-patching, that eventually it would overtake whatever bullshit we can do, and it becomes like some sort of super virus, and God knows what its goal ends up being. Because you have code generation now, but you can't. There's nothing you can just say like, code, write like the perfect algorithm for generating a YouTube subscription feed or something. Like people have to spend like trillions working on it and creating it, but then one day we might have a robot that just does it for us, and that's freaky. You're not good at coming up with things yourself, so you just click heads, and you're good at everything else you're trash at. This is not a good headspace to be in. You've gotten where you are through work, even if you might not think it's hard work. Or maybe you do. Maybe you're tired. You gotta keep at it. Don't let yourself down, because you're making it harder for yourself. Let yourself up, you know? Up there. Your class doesn't give you any directions, so you have to come up with something. I think self-replicating AI is cool. Like, have you looked into like nanobot stuff? There's like the theory where if you have like, we might have like loads and loads of tiny little nanobots that will just like live in our bodies and solve all of our health problems. Like if we end up getting like a cut, the nanobots will swarm there and like stitch it up for us. But then there's the freaky idea that if they end up working as like a weird hive mind, they end up like taking you over, and then the world gets covered in the grey goo because they self-replicate and take everything over and eat all the resources and the planet just gets bloody, I don't know, it's cool. You've gotten where you are by failing repeatedly at what you want and falling into the second bucket. It's easy enough and you don't have to do anything. Well, that's where you are. You're somewhere. You're saying you got where you are by failing repeatedly and falling into a second bucket. You're in the second bucket. You're not in the 50th bucket on the floor. You're in a bucket. You know, you're somewhere. And you have something to do. The worst is when you have absolutely nothing to do and no idea what you're doing. At least you have, like, an idea of what to do next and what to build up to, right? You have a project to complete. That's not so bad. This guy's telling me about history, isn't he? You're a year from graduating with a degree you don't want and didn't learn anything from. You and about half the people with a degree. Like, when I was at university, half the people there were doing, like, city planning and economics and, I don't know, natural history of bees. Like, none of the people there were there for... Well, none of those people were there for the education. They were there to, like, get hammered. It's very, very common. Just having a degree in the first place is insanely useful. Like, not having one is a bit of a downside these days. As you know, you're an adult. I don't need to lecture you on that, but It's good. If you're a final year from graduating, that you're nearly done. You know, that's you're how long have you been in school for? Like 18 years or something. You're like, if you have a progress bar, you're right at the bloody end. After this, you can go and get a normal ass job, work the 9 to 5, come home and pee yourself to sleep like the rest of us. It's a great life. You were in economics until you discovered your dog shit at calculus. What are you doing now? Communications? Is it at least mostly quite easy? Because I feel like you could bash out this AI thing pretty well, right? Have you gone on Discord? You could crowdsource it. I think a lot of people have done that. Like, some people are massive nerds on the Discord channel. If you post for something, maybe other people might be able to give you an idea. You're in business communications. You're doing the uni degree. I mean, that's not a bad degree. It's extremely general, isn't it? You're going for like a longsword build, you know? Alright, yeah, you're not using a flaming whip, but like, you'll be able to fight most of the bosses and not have much problem with it. Very, very applicable to almost anything you want to apply to. I don't really know where it wouldn't apply, because isn't it all the basic skills, right? It's like, oh, you know, you're able to do research, and you're able to work on a group project, and you're able to do something by yourself independently, and push yourself to learn, and push yourself to revise, and do exams, and blah 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 blah. It like ticks all the boxes. I can't say it's a particularly bad spot to be in. Have you asked on Discord? We have the programming channel. I don't know if that's the right place. So you could try general or off topic or questions. Just say, any of you want to do my creative work for me? Do any of you have a good stepping stone for this AI discussion? Woolen said I should look into self-replicating nanobots because I think that's cool. Can't believe that you didn't immediately jump on that. A little hurt, but that's fine. Self-replicating code is frightening. I mean, the other points of AI that are frightening, right, are like, we have, one of which is that all our brains are being tweaked by all these algorithms that no one really understands, like the YouTube and Twitter and TikTok or whatever the fuck people are using now. Like, everyone's being, like, min-maxed into spending as much time as possible on their screens by a device that no one really quite understands. You know? That's freaky. That's well worth the discussion. You know about that stuff. Do you not think that would be interesting enough to talk about? And be like, you know, there's all these kids out there, like literal, like 8-year-olds who, you know, they have parents who don't really know what to do, so they just give their child an iPad, and they end up having like 18 hours of screen on time where they just watch the same video on loop over and over and over, and they have no idea what they're doing. Quite literally rotting their brain. So much worse than TV, because at least TV would be curated and finish at some point and have variety in it, and usually if it's children's TV, it would at least try to be somewhat educational and teach you the most basic life skills. Whereas I guess now you can just watch toy unboxing for hours on end, and it really rots your brain. I'm a little worried about... I'm sure our next generation will be fine, but I'm a little worried to see how some of these kids will turn out. I'm sure it's how people thought about, like, our parents' generation and TV or whatever, but I feel like we're reaching a new point, because we don't really know who's in control now. The hard part is finding 10 peer-reviewed journal sources. You could definitely find peer-reviewed journal sources on AI, dude. That's an enormous thing, right? You're not letting your kids on the internet until they're 18. That's quite hard. They'll find a way on it. It's just working out where you're going to draw the line with them. Do you want to, like... Do you want your child to be so distanced from the rest of his peers, or his or her peers, that they're... you know, that they're distanced? You know, they can't have friends and they can't join in social circles? You gotta find... yes. Well, I mean, you know... You gotta think about it, at least, right? I don't know. I think there's a line to be drawn, right? Like, Northern Lion has his kids... Luna's what, like 1 or 2 or something now? I think he, like, lets her use, like, a device very rarely on occasion, but otherwise gives her, like, attention or lets her watch a bit of TV. And he's like, oh yeah, not gonna just let her sit glazed on an iPad forever. Like, you hear horror stories about parents who's like, they'll be in like a restaurant somewhere trying to have like meal, and they can't do anything until they give their kid their iPad, and they have to watch YouTube with the volume maxed out in a public place just to get the child to shut up. Lots of books. Books is a good one. I used to read a lot when I was younger. My mum's a teacher, so she made a lot of us, me and the other siblings, read a lot when we were younger. We read an absolute ton. Maybe it's helped. But on the AI thing, I think the black boxness of AI we're using right now is freaky, because you can talk about self-replicating nanobots all you want, but it is future tech. This is like out of our lifespan. We're not seeing nanobots for a very long time. But there's stuff right now that we're using, like, you have AI on your phone that can touch up your photos, right? In a lot of places in the world, that's the default, and people are so obsessed with their own personal perception that they have to turn all these beauty filters on max, and they spend all day worrying about how others see them. And these AIs are eventually just, they're not really taking pictures anymore. They're just painting a vague idea of what you're looking at, right? Like, they'll blur the background and they'll remove all your spots and they'll make your eyes bigger, and it's eventually we're seeing all these social media platforms where people aren't posting pictures of themselves. They're posting pictures of what an AI thinks they look like in a perfect world according to whoever wrote that algorithm originally and trained it on images presumably from an open source model library or something. You don't use social media except Reddit. You'll all be careful about Reddit though, it's really, really America-centric. It can be a bit freaky sometimes. I mean, it's funny, I guess, as an outsider. Like some of the things that you see popped up to the top, or over the years, as the website's gotten worse and worse and worse, and it's become more and more commercial. It's kind of weird to see. Like, it's gone from loads and loads and loads of niche little micro communities to one blob, and anytime a micro community gets on that algorithm, however it gets on there, it becomes part of the blob. And bots find it, and then they just repost the top 10 posts over and over and over again, and the cycle continues. It's a very strange little world. Hobbies and political views, because it's the only news... It's the only way to get news the mainstream news doesn't cover. I think there's a lot of ways to get news that the mainstream doesn't cover that isn't Reddit, but as a news source, I'm sure it could be worse. I would be a little cautious, though. It's very easy to make a post that links to an unknown site that looks kind of realistic, and then have a trillion bots upvote it and write fake comments and say, oh yeah, this is good. And then, you know, you might not notice it the first time, but it might end up that you've seen 1,000 posts like that, and then it's sort of shaped you a little bit. And you won't feel like that's the case, but eventually you might catch yourself saying something you would have never said otherwise, and you're like, well, hang on, when did I start saying this sort of thing? Oh yeah, I just saw it on Reddit. Like, oh shit, shrug. Yeah, I mean, does it really matter as well? Like, who cares? We're moving. I don't remember where you are, Waffles, but like the UK is like bloody under the thumb of Big Brother, very much, but like not really, but like kinda, but not really. Like, a lot of what you see is from, like, the BBC, or it's from something that's government funded, and it's all very pro this, that, and the other. So it's very easy to think that you're being unbiased, but really, a lot of people just end up reading just the BBC, and they become very, very specific in their views. And they see anything else as, like, drivel. And then they end up sort of looking down on other people and not thinking about it from others' perspectives. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. BBC is strange. Your views haven't changed much since civics in high school. You got an A+ in government, civics, and economics. Yeah, but who taught you and who wrote the syllabus? Like, did you learn about civics based on your own country and what's popular there? Did you learn about, like, I don't know, Indian civics or Surinese civics or whatever? Your teacher is a good bloke. Nice. This, you came from America, because isn't one of the problems, well, at least with like American education, isn't it like quite commercial? Like, aren't a lot of schools sponsored by like big companies that are trying to push a particular agenda? And you end up learning, like, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is Coca-Cola can red. It is now. Well, as long as you're happy knowing that you're making your choices, I suppose. I'm sure you're smart enough to know that if you want to learn more stuff, there's always 100 other ways to do it, but then sometimes you just don't. You need to stop caring at some point. Like, I've stopped reading as much news as I can outside of, you know, trying to keep basic awareness as what's going on in the world, because it's a bit depressing at this point. If you go on popular news sites, it's either the world's tearing itself apart and certainly NATO matters again after 70 years, or there's a global pandemic killing millions of people. And it's like, okay, cool. The Joe Rogan podcast. Oh yeah? Do we like Joe Rogan? Was he not the... Who was the weird one? I don't know anything about Joe Rogan. I thought there was a popular podcaster that was kind of weird, though. He was, like, very aggressive. What am I doing? I've just been running in circles for, like, an hour talking. It told me I was meant to head to the chasm. This is where Zally's meant to join, right? And say, oh, obviously you're meant to do this, that, and the other. The surface? The peak? Let's go do something else for a bit. I've been running around like an idiot. Maybe this one. Oh, look for adventurer. I can do that. You like him because he has lots of different people from different views and has long conversations. Well, that's good. Is it like a guest show sort of podcast where he just acts as like a host and just has like a sort of general dialogue but with a lot of different people? Yes. Oh, that sounds good then. Do they fit a particular style, or do they tend to seem quite neutral? Like, will he have different walks of life of people and treat them all the same, or does it seem like he's sort of pushing one sort of idea? It's just talking about whatever. Well, that's good then. It's nice to remind yourself that there's a trillion other people out there that are completely different to you, because sometimes it's very easy to forget that. You can end up becoming very, very focused on where you are, or what you end up looking at online. Hello there. Ah, forget that sheet of paper. I know who you are just fine. The Muning. He puts on airs and writes papers. Everyone's got to follow this or that procedure and all that tripe. Stuff that makes you look important. I don't care about that stuff. Your name's well known in the Adventurers Guild. Never mind your other contributions. I'm that famous. Many recruits of the guild have heard of your exploits on Dragonspine. That includes me. Piercing the frigid blizzard to open a path. Discovering an ancient kingdom. Reaching the summit. Confronting a great change. You've experienced many things, overcome many obstacles. Uncovered many truths, many adventures. Ah, someone give me a compass. You really don't take praise well, damn. Not mentioning the great battle with the sea monster at the Great Chamber. Damn, we have done a lot. He definitely has his bias, but he wears them on his sleeve so you can account for them. Okay, fair. He's very, it's very obvious then, and you can work around that, but at least is he consistent on it? Because that's good. Like, even if someone, you don't have to agree necessarily with someone, but if you know exactly what differences you have with them, you can use their opinion very well. Like, if you know there's a certain cook that you want to follow, and you know they always under season, or they really hate garlic or something, and they talk about it in a certain way, you know that when you're making their recipes, you can always adjust as such, because they'll be consistent about it. You just, triple the amount of garlic you use, or quintuple the amount of salt. Or if you watch a car reviewer, and you know that they obsessively talk about, I don't know, talk or some bullshit, you know you can just ignore that part. I don't know. That's probably a terrible example. I just wanted to say talk. People love talk. He's honest about what he thinks and takes steps to make sure it doesn't influence him that much. Fair enough. I think the car one was shit, but whatever I said before that was a pretty good example. No, the cooking one was pretty shit as well. I don't know. Maybe, like, if you have, like, a... I suppose the podcast one's a pretty good idea. If you know that you're watching someone who's heavily, heavily conservative, or heavily, whatever, you know, liberal or whatever, I suppose. As long as you know they're consistent on it, you can take some value out of what they're writing about. Well, he didn't scare us. Indeed, he wasn't doing much at all. I guess it's troublesome when you don't really know where someone sits, so you don't really know how to take their opinion. The things he says are true. He's a specialist hired by the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Even if he wants to ask for help, he's not allowed to reveal that in public. He can only warn us and impart the means of getting into the chasm in a roundabout way. So he says you shouldn't. He really means you can. That's a weird guy. He wrote you a certification, which means you can now have the authorization to travel through without obstruction. It means I can show you the way into the chasm. That Muning. Oh, is this what I was meant to do this entire time? I apologize for the covering up we're doing, but he has good reasons of doing so. The thing they dug up was abnormal. Our investigations cannot be done with too much pomp. When you have a no-entry order, secretly gathering explorers and scholars to enter it. If necessary, stave off the crisis. All the people at the encampment bought a support staff. They're reliable. You came here is no coincidence. More than one big shot has already recommended your aid. We're being tricked. Time to leave, Paimon. That's right. Don't treat us like idiots. Damn. I was passing on my superior's message. These were her words. Bye. This is the Kaching we're talking about. They won't shortchange you for your aid. I'm not short on more or anything. Paimon's very rich. We could mitigate the safety hazards. Any underground treasures or valuables will be given to those that find them. Dope. No tricks. Well, if that's the case. Treasure. You've accepted it. I'll do it for you, Paimon. That's right. Damn. You like that? I like hardcore history. I heard a lot about hardcore history. People really like it. Definitely recommend it. Supernova in the East was informative and you learned a lot about Japanese military history. That sounds cool. Have you listened to stuff you should know? I'm like permanently plugged in. I can't stop listening. Like just 24/7 Josh and Chuck in my ear. Constantly. My personal reco. Always. I used to listen to a lot of There's No Such Thing as a Fish, which was like the podcast by the people that do the research for QI. And I listen to a little bit of some other podcasts, like the Yogscast's current one, Triforce, on occasion. But really just stuff you should know 24/7. Go to the miner's warehouse. Okay. I'll pretend to make progress this stream. That's fine. Is it down or up? I hope it's down. Oh no, it's just here. Why did it say 28 meters? Blueprint for Armageddon was incredible. It really opened your eyes about geopolitics. There's a lot of very good history podcasts there. People also love true crime, don't they? I don't think I've listened to any true crime stuff, but people absolutely adore it, right? What are your favorite content on the internet? Like history podcasts. Well, it's sort of like a modern version of like reading if you get about it, right? It's like a curated discussion on something. Often like topics, especially if you're listening to history. You learn about all sorts. I learn about loads. I have so much like random trivia and knowledge now that I didn't have before. Whether or not it's useful is a different thing to say, but I've learned so much. You love history, you never had any interest in true crime. I don't know, people really like true crime. I feel like it would freak me out though. Because isn't there a bunch of unsolved stuff? Where it's like, oh yeah, this entire family were eaten alive by a stranger. We have no idea who did it or why. I don't need to know that, you know? I'd rather know, like, the composition of dirt and why humus is so important, you know? Dan Carlin has a lot of... What is this? A lot of historical quotes and documentation which tells history like listening to a story by a master storyteller. I think I'll get around to it at some point. Like, it's one of those podcasts that people talk about like a lot. I feel like my sisters have probably recommended it to me as well. He gets tons of first-hand accounts. Does he do modern history? Like, does he go and get like interviews with people that are at current events? You have to dive in, they're like 6 hours long. Well, each episode's like 6 hours. You listen to like one per day or something while at work. That sounds cool. How long's he been doing them for? Like, is there a lot of content to go through? Because I always like having a good podcast to binge. Currently got 3,000 episodes of stuff you should know to go through, but ignoring that. What happened at the warehouse? I don't know, I've always got podcasts on at work now. I find it really hard to concentrate in an office with phones constantly going off and people speaking Dutch and talking about this, that, and the other. I find it, I need to focus. I have like noise cancelling headphones and podcasts. And then when I'm at home, it helps as well. You're a liar. No one was guarding the warehouse at all. What do you mean it's well guarded? When I was guarding the place, the hoarders wouldn't come anywhere near it. Who did you say was guarding the warehouse? Me. Why are you guarding it now? Which adventurer in their right mind would let themselves get tied down with such a boring task? Ah. There's a lot of ancient history. Napoleon and Hannibal. Some on World War One and like the bomb and start of the nuclear age. That sounds cool. Is it called hardcore history just because it's like 6 hours of history done like professionally, I suppose? He's not just like reading the Wikipedia page. It's a serious podcast. One on the transatlantic slave trade and some Irish history. I'd be interested to know more. History is the sort of thing I never really liked as a kid. I don't know. I always found it all old and dusty, but as I've gotten older, I've found it more and more interesting. Like, I found horrible histories great when I was a kid. I read those, like, a ton of them, over and over and over again. But then in school, I could never really get into it, which is weird, because it's actually very interesting. Hardcore because it's about the extremes of human experience. I guess so. A lot of troubles. These strange formations have been puzzling for some time. They've grown up from the bedrock. Oh, they're about to explain to me the mechanic that I couldn't work out. They undergo a disintegration under the influence of anomalies. They've been absorbing geo-elemental energy from the surroundings, eroding the structure of the bedrock keys. It's a strange phenomenon. We have to clear them out twice every month, but they always grow back, and they've only gotten quicker. Maybe the thing is growing restless. Oh. Look for a way to destroy the key. I really wish they'd autoed me on this quest earlier when I couldn't really work this out. I was just wasting a bunch of time. Okay. Hitting the formations. Yeah. So I had the right idea, I just hadn't unlocked the ability to break them yet. Great. Kinda wish they'd done a bit more babying to make it so I'd done this quest in advance. Oh, you're meant to fire it at the thing, are you? Or... ah, there we go. You have to aim it. Listen to Destroyer of Worlds. I am become Destroyer of Worlds? Wasn't that a quote from the guy who, like, made the nuke? Or, like, he saw, like, the destruction it had caused and he had, like, the dead look in his eyes. He realized he'd, like, led to the deaths of millions of people. And then he like, died while the Cold War was going on, right? So as far as he knew, he'd basically ended the world. Horrible, isn't it? Poor guy. Like, he just had no idea what he'd done, but he had a terrible idea of what probably happened. And as far as he's known, the world, like, ended itself. Because you can't really go back, right? Like, once you've invented the nuke, you've invented the nuke. It's 1 part, 6.5 hour long Blitz edition. I might look at that then. You wouldn't recommend just sorting by oldest and then running oldest to newest? You undid the binding so easily. Did we just damage public property? They've already sent a damage report ahead of us. The bedrock keys were damaged before we arrived. There's 4 more we need to handle. I've done a basic diagram. Okay. Don't know where the last one is. After they were dismissed, there was a seepage in the thing on either blah 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 blah. Not coming with us, not this time. I was originally assigned to guard the warehouse, but thanks to my slip-up, I nearly let the treasure hoarders in there. No, you did let them in there. Supernova in the East is 5 parts each, 3.5 hours or so long about Japanese military history. That sounds interesting. My commute's like an hour to an hour and a half each day, both ways. So like 2 to 3 hours. So I have a lot of time there to listen to stuff as well as just the like 9 hours or whatever, however long work is. 8:30 to 5. So I might look into that then. Okay. Well, I should probably pause for today, right? We've been doing all sorts of nothing today. But I'm very tired. So I think it's a good time to end it for today. Did you enjoy the stream, chat? I don't know if it's just you, Waffles, or if there's someone else that's asleep listening on the other monitor or something. But I'm gonna pause for there for today. Thank you everyone for watching. It's Thursday tomorrow, so we haven't got anything planned. We'll see what I decide to play. Friday will be Pokemon, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Minus. Good night, Waffles. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.